Hello everyone and welcome to Factorio. I'm Par and it's time to play Seablock. Okay, let's see what happened in the previous episode. We built the second block producing red sockets and I believe it's missing a little bit of resources, like specifically the copper. Right, specifically the copper, and I think we figured out that in order to extract this alien stuff, we need to get this research, to be able to filter these items. Okay, good. So one thing, I just realized that I made some mistakes with the releases. I basically missed a recording of episode number 204, and it should be like I'm basically rendering it and we'll upload it and publish it tomorrow on Saturday. So this is being recorded on Friday. Unfortunately, I will not be able to publish this on Sunday. I don't know whether I have something for Sunday in the backlog. So this will probably be out on Monday because I'll be away for the weekend. I will not be able to play Factorio. I won't be able to record anything. One thing that I started doing yesterday evening, it's funny, I created a spreadsheet. I'm starting to plan proper kind of production and the rate with which we need to consume various materials. And from what I'm observing right now, I don't think, it's not cutting it. Like this design, I am not sure it will be able to, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how far we can take it because we're playing with crazy high research cost multipliers. They don't seem much, kind of in the beginning, but just the fact that we need to send 200,000 modules into space. If I start making modules once per second, right? Let's just calculate once per second of each type. Let's do this. We need 200,000 modules. It's 8,000 per launch, 25 launches. Divided it by 60, divided by 60. So if you're making them once per second, we need 55 hours. 55 hours to produce that. And currently, all our calculations, just to kind of give you a sense of scale, for the model production are done with 0.1 modules per second. So with the current scale that we are trying to build prod models with basically these builds, it will take us 500 hours just to, like, if this stuff was actually working non-stop, just to produce the enough modules to launch into space. So that is the problem, and this is actually significantly this is a significantly larger problem than the science costs, because if you look at the science, what do we see here? Each stage 3.2 millions, right? 3.2 million. So if you build, I don't know, relatively tiny base, 1,000 sites per minute, in 50 hours of running, it would be able to get through the latest stage of research, right? This thing could be done in 50 hours. And 50 hours of model production, as we discussed, it's 10 times the size that we have here. So it's going to be pretty tricky. I probably try to go for something higher. I will aim at 6,000 signs per minute. We have only 10 hours on the research, so it's 10 episodes. Sounds pretty reasonable, but it will be a very long kind of way to get there. And as I said, I started kind of doing calculations in the spreadsheet if everything is fully prod beaconed, and I don't know. I don't think what we have here is cutting it. I don't think so. For example, we'll need 700 glass plates per second. 700 per second. And here is our glass. right? The main problem is actually the amount of belts we can connect to the warehouse and like omni stations with multiple materials. So I'm not sure this design can handle it unless we build like very many blocks, but then with the blocks we have a problem of powering them and like keeping kind of things separated. Yeah. So what I'm thinking about having all metallurgy, basically all the stuff on the left, plus this kind of segments that are dealing with various metals, like production of the ores and production of the not plates, because that's not what we'll be kind of bringing to the stations, but this shit coils. What are they? Okay, maybe we should look at the iron ones. This stuff, shit coils. And for aluminium, we should also have them. Wait. This is gold. Here's aluminium. We also don't have this. What's going on? We ran out of these things. So basically, I want that production to be done without LTN to kind of save traffic. So I want to use LTN for things in relatively low volumes. Like, I don't know if you need something, let's say like 100 items per second, like basically 2 green belts, like 150 items per second. I think LTN should be pretty fine for that, so we'll be using city blocks for that. But so for city blocks, I would like to rearrange a little bit this power plant so that instead of building 600 power in total, it produces 600 into each corner. So ideally I would want to have like a square design with 600 power given to each corner, so I can stamp it kind of in the middle, and we have a full kind of substation, like green substation thingy powering this corner. So that's the idea for the power for the city blocks. As for the ores, I'm just thinking of like having a huge block over here, or maybe even here. We'll see. Maybe probably below. I kind of want the flow to be up, probably. So I just want to have like a huge build here. Maybe not even using chains, or maybe using chains to just kind of sort and balance the ores for like ingot production, but mostly belt-based solution, heavily beaconed, kind of somewhere here. We'll have a flow of materials going up. Right. They will be sorted, we'll get the ores, then we'll smelt this ores. Well, and this ores will need to be delivered, like connected to LTN. We can actually add like a connection, like a train station or something, just taking the ores for catalysts and whatever else they needed. It's pretty low quantities. So we can just like bring, I don't know, like a line, LTN line, into the middle of that design. And then further up, right, and below that we'll have to have like all these flotations and whatnot. So we'll have to like figure something out below. Then we'll have the ores produced, and the ores actually can be produced with prod modules. Like, check this out. Check this out. Right, the sorting thing, yeah. This one supports prod modules. So I want to fully kind of tier 3 prod model it, so that we are getting more ores out, like more Bob's ores out of Angel's ores. And this part, from what I remember, it doesn't really support prod models, which is that's pretty sad. It's basically like all speed module thingy. Right, what I was saying. So I'll probably have it kind of below the setup. I might use trains. They will probably be regular trains, not LTN trains, just to balance things in between. But I'm not sure about that because, yeah, like the setup and the need, like the amount of things that we'll need to produce is going to be huge, and the main output will be shit coils everywhere. Like everything that supports shit coils will be using shit coils. We won't be using plates if there is a shit coil option. Then we'll also have like wire coils for everything and like solder coils. So this will be like the only output there. The problem, as you can see here, is that it's gonna take us forever. It's gonna take us a really long time to actually get there and build this, because we are very slow with clearing of the bytes. So what I want to start focusing on now, there are basically two aspects kind of happening. I want to start clearing this area below to build a really huge, build for the. I might even respect kind of these columns, like city block columns and whatnot. At least like the space and whatever. We'll see. Basically, I want to clear this area in order to be producing ores. And I will not be using this design. This will not be used for that. I will be using beacon Slack. Let's take a look while we are talking. What's happening here? I think we have a problem. This belt. Copper. We don't have copper, and we don't have copper probably because of cratinium. Right, we don't have cratinium. I actually understand now why we have a problem with cratinium. Because this cratinium is used for copper, and this cratinium is used for aluminium. And both of this are needed in really high quantities. So that is a pretty huge problem. That's a pretty large one. Oh, look at that, we are producing some of that. So we need more ore production. But I wanted to... Actually, why we are doing that? We might as well just, Oh, what is this? Okay, you know what? Never mind. Whatever I had planned there, it's all wrong. Let's try again. We'll place this thing here. Place this thing here. Nice. We'll place that one here. Here. This one is placed. Check. It's done correctly. We could even landfill stuff. Wait. Right. We did it properly. Could even landfill things a little bit. Cannot build on water. Okay. That's expected. Right. So as I was saying, the problem is there are two things that will be happening. I'll be clearing this area and kind of maybe thinking off screen about how exactly I want to organize everything here, how much space I want to leave for things, and also the station with the power, because we'll have to have lots and lots of tiny, maybe like lines, maybe like slices, or I don't know. We'll see. We are pretty limited on the size of the electric network that we can use. So we have like a tiny problem here with that, with the electric network, because of power overload mode. 600 megawatts. That's the largest we can have. Let's check again. So it's substation. It's this substation that we have not researched yet. And we cannot build because it requires black circuits. But it supports, wait, 500 megawatts? No way. I thought we have 600, oh, that's bad, that's bad. We have only 500 megawatts. That is not good. That's not good. So, right. So we'll have kind of this preparation, and in parallel, I will continue using LTN and like city block design here to get us to yellow signs, to get do we need space signs for anything? Let's see. maybe if we offer space science. What kinds of researchers are below space science? Let's just take a look. We have basically only infinite researchers and these two. Protection fields, fusion reactor. We need these two, kinda as part of SpaceX, but space science is actually doesn't seem to be really needed, unless I'm missing something. Ship command. Oh, it's needed for this one. So at the very end we'll need space science, but so far we don't have to actually overthink it. We can proceed with these researchers, this specifically, like the easiest ones, while we still have somewhat slow base. Interesting. Right, so we'll continue kinda getting to yellow signs. That's gonna be pretty important. So we'll try to get to it. Just to get us past the... like, just to unlock the best technologies, because it's good to build stuff with like having the best technologies, obviously, right? Surprise. And we need to finish this research. Let me show you the research. This research, because this is the way I want to be clearing the area. The range, yeah, automatic range, 224. And if needed manual range, I'm not actually sure whether I can manually use remote to target the thing, but basically this should help us a lot with clearing the area, because if you look at turrets, so we have right now plasma turret, this one, plasma turret 1. It has a range of 60, right? And this thing has a range 224. This is gonna be huge. This is gonna be huge. This will just solve the problem of clearing biter nests, etc., etc. Now, then we'll have a problem of landfilling the area, actually. But again, I think it should all be doable. In order to get that, let's take a look how exactly we are producing. It's above. And our EPS is not good already, right? Because robots are flying. So our EPS is not good. Like, we really need to get to the modules, to the beacons, to the modules, to tier 3 modules, like the better modules that are like the higher tier, the better. Let's take a look at our military science. Where is our military science? Here it is, right? This got to be military science. What is the problem? Kinetic has target plating. This stuff. Oh, come on. Seriously? Waste byproduct. Waste byproduct. We are requesting here. 5. Oh, no. No, this is all wrong. That's not how we want it to work. Why did I build it like this? So this is obviously active provider. Obviously. This obviously wants much more of these things. Way more. This stuff also wants way more. And here we also have active provider. We want the stuff to be gone as fast as possible. Right now our robots are unfortunately slightly busier, so it might take a while for this change to actually be addressed. We don't really care about limiting this much. We don't care about limiting this thing this much. I don't know what I was thinking when I built it. I honestly do not know what I've been thinking about. And another thing we want to do, we want this to be fast. All of that got to be really, really fast. Now here, this seems to be looking fine. This is stack inserters, that's good. Okay, is this gonna make the things better here or not? Right, we cannot produce more. Why do we have such limits? I guess it's not that bad. Waste, wait, waste byproduct. Waste byproduct, copper waste byproduct. We need 3. That's alright, and we do have 3. Ah, you know what? We'll be keeping a bit more things in there. I just want it to work. I just want the stuff to not be delayed by anything. Okay, we are requesting everything that we can get here. That is good. Since we have sped up the thing, we could refresh requested chest request sizes, because when you like shift so what I'm doing, I'm shift right clicking and then shift left clicking, and that copies the request, and this request, it's calculated, it takes into account the speed of the assembly machine and the modules that are placed in there, and I'm not sure it might even calculate the beacons. Basically, I think it's calculated based on the crafting speed property that you see on the right side of the screen. I think that's how it's done. I'm not fully sure. I know that changing tier of the machine and adjusting the amount of modules affects it. For example, right now with full modules we have 2020. If I went here and removed them and applied it, we have 8.8. You see? Let's do that. So let's apply it again. Change it to 2020. So that's basically how it works. It's a really cool thing. I mean, it helps with building your factories. So now, hopefully, we have military. No, what's the name of this stuff? It's some pack, right? It's ablative weapons testing kit. Weapon testing module circuit kit. This stuff. Let's take a look. So that's our production in the past hour. It wasn't great. Past 10 hours it also wasn't great. It was kind of spiking to 33, which is nice, and now it's spiking to 80. So we improved a little bit the situation with this, but I have a feeling that so since these 3 are running non-stop, how about I just copy them? Can I do something like that? Is this a good idea? Because these ones are basically not working that much, so I'll just copy this part and we'll kind of hope that that speeds up a little bit the whole process. Nice, so we got this research. That means that we can actually go over there and clear the warehouse. Where is it? It's built up here. So here we can say what's the color of the stuff? It's pink, well, purple, I guess. This one, small, right? It's a small one. No, no. This one. Oh, look at that. Yep, we did it. We can also take Aluminium, maybe. Right, we can grab it from there. It's not used anymore. What is aluminium? Aluminium is right here. So I'll just grab it. We shouldn't need to grab it from this side, but whatever, we can do that. This part can be removed, and we can place these two things over there. So we basically got all aluminium out of these warehouses, and now what we are waiting for? We are waiting for the production to resume, right? Because we want to go through all copper, and we want to go through all, copper plates. And all solder and tin wire, because these are not wire coils, and these are not solder coils. Okay, so something is happening. The robots are being attacked. The robots are getting attacked. That's not good. Okay, let's see what we can do. Yeah, we can build this thing, and I would say that we should probably try to reach this nest of biters, and maybe also want to do something against these ones. Is this enough range? Yep. That should be enough. Let's figure out what to research next. Plastics. I guess let's do some of these researches. The farms. Should do that. I kind of want to get bio researches out of the way, so that it's all kind of done. And garden processing. Sure, let's just try to get as much of that out of the way as possible. No. Plant. No. How is this called? I don't remember. I don't remember how the stuff is called. Okay, that is okay. Are we producing these things? We don't have efficiency models yet because we are super short on the circuits, and here we have the lowest priority. That's working as intended, actually. That is working as intended. Another thing that I realized when I was doing calculations is that green circuits, this build, that is also shot on... Why we shot on copper? Why do we... I kinda want to fix the situation with Critinium, but I don't feel like I can. I don't feel like I can, because we don't have a lot of updates per second. Maybe we should rework this build. Right, we wanted to have something better here for the rubies. Anyway, so how about we try and see what we could come up with. Let's say we are going for rubies. Let's just do some tiny planning session. Right, we want to have raw ruby. We can get it. Let's say we are going... Wait, how much do we need? If you look at the spreadsheet, unfortunately I didn't calculate, I haven't calculated my model needs, but for the science, specifically for yellow science, we need 29.1 polished rubies per second. So maybe let's start from this. Polished ruby. We want to get 30 of this. Let's see. Raw ruby ore, right. So we want to get... Actually, I don't want to split it like this. We'll be doing it like this. We'll have the block giving us raw rubies, because we can potentially direct insert into one assembly machine, kind of like with crushers. Multiple, like stuff from multiple crystallizers. So we are using crystallizers 3 all the time. Right, best ones. Let's see what we can do. We could have prod models here. You can actually beacon it with like best beacons, with best speed models. I'm looking right now at like endgame kind of setup and in-game proportions. It's like 60. This will have 3 rows, and I think it shouldn't be that hard to get like 60 of this. Oh, look at that. We need exactly 1 crystallizer. Isn't it great? We'll need exactly 1 crystallizer, and it will just work. And until we are at that stage, we could have something like that, right? And that is 5 times less. So 5 times slower than our endgame setup. That tells me that, okay, and here we need 11 either way, I would assume. I mean, in the future, we would need 2.5. Right now, we can make it work with 5. So it's like 2 times less. Okay, whatever. Basically, we can build it. Actually, we can even build it with efficiency models in theory. This is not a problem. Oh, right, interesting. We also need more assembly machines than crystallizers. Very, very interesting. Okay, let's get back to like the final thing that we will want to have. We want to have something like this, right? So the build will have a single crystallizer, prod moduled crystallizer. So the productivity will be 24%. That's good. We also need to produce crystal catalysts. Oh, we can even use prod modules for that. Should I just say production block, production line? I don't know what these things mean in Helmut. That's okay though. That's okay. I don't have to understand this part. Right. So in order for this to work, we need to produce a lot of seedling, and I am not sure. Should we use ceramic one or should we use charcoal one? I think I want to use charcoal everywhere. Let's go with charcoal, because at least this stuff is sulfur positive and we'll need lots of sulfur, so we can like export it, etc, etc. Right. This part does not support wait, it doesn't support beacons either. Set default. We want the best tier we can use. Actually, the best tier here would be green. Interesting. But if it's green, it means that we need to add 1 more. We can add 1 more thing there. And here we don't support beacons. This one does support beacons. Let's ignore that part for now. Let's say we are going for 30. We're going for 30 of this kind of raw rubies. Right, this part is the best one. We can speed it up a little bit. We could give speed modules. That's fine. Basically, you can place just 1 of them. Gonna work fine. We can even potentially produce this thing right nearby. Right? Yes. You can just place them nearby. We'll need a tiny amount of charcoal that we should be able to produce somewhere. Now, what else we need? We need to produce crystal slurry. Crystal slurry, we are going to be producing it from this stuff, from crystal dust. And in order to produce it, we cannot use prod modules. Maybe I shouldn't worry about beacons for now. Maybe like beacons is just a way to reduce the number of machines. So yeah, maybe let's ignore beacons for now. This is the interesting part. Sulfuric acid. We need to get a bunch of sulfuric acid. Again, we cannot... okay, I guess we could just... We don't have to like over beacon it or anything. It will just work fine. Just like that. And this part, it also doesn't support. What is going on? So are we just going speed beacon everything? Like speed model everything? Alright, so we need like 1, 1, 1. All of this are needed in quantities 1. This thing is needed in quantities 1, 1, and this one 2. So this is looking pretty interesting so far with beacons. We will have a build, it seems, that is very, very different from this one, from what we have here. And it will not work at its full capacity when we give it worse speed models, right? But it should still be, you know, good enough. It should still be good enough. It shouldn't be that bad. What is happening here with the researchers? Stuff is getting researched. I just want to take a look at red, green, and blue sciences. We have lots of them. Look at that. 32,000 of blue science. That's a lot. We don't have a lot of pink science, but that's okay. I think we are seeing a significantly better situation now. Like our, you know, the situation with the, right, I don't care about like we can always speed them up. It's kind of not important, like nitrogen is super cheap. Let's take a look. What do we need here? This part requires some extra things. I am just gonna ignore them. That's not that important. The important part is this one, actually. Is it not important? Polishing wheel. What do we need to get a polishing wheel, actually? We need wood. Like real wood. Wait, what? No. No. This cannot be right. So 43, basically 45 wood per second. That is a lot. Okay, here, this part, can put model it. It's good. We can beacon it, obviously. Well, we'll have to like figure out the power station, but it seems, based on what we had here with these blocks, it seems that it's not that hard to power like some amount of beacons, like a couple of the cells. We're able to power it with just 300 megawatts. If we add more lines of beacons, it would obviously increase the power consumption, but I think it should still be manageable. Like, we might maybe like put some efficiency models somewhere or something. And because if, for example, in this setup, we have... okay, we don't have that many beacons, but if we had something like that, right, with lots of beacons around, it actually makes lots of sense to replace the model inside the filtration unit to efficiency model, like to make it look something like this, right? This is significantly better because it reduces the amount of power that this thing needs, and the power is then increased by all like speed ups, etc, etc. So let's get back here. What do we need? Right, water should be straightforward. This thing will figure out. The wood is a problem. We'll need to do something about the wood, and I don't want to spend wood on anything that is not absolutely necessary. Right, this part, we require quite a bit of crystal dust. We could get it from actually all of this. How do we get it? Wait, where is it here? Oh, yes. So we got this one, so we can get it from this one. We can get it from this, and this. Can I have a mix of them? I'm not sure, should we like compute by matrix solver? No. By element? Input. I don't know. I'm a bit confused about how exactly all of this could work. Can I tell it that this is the important one? So, oh, nice. Okay, good. It worked. I'm not sure what I did, but whatever I did, it worked. Let's say speed models. Let's apply it to like the whole thing. I hope it's just this line and not everything. Oh no, I applied it to everything. Yeah, that's not good. Right, this one cannot be upgraded, this one cannot be, this one cannot be, and this ones we don't care about. This stuff, this thing can be, oh wait, can be upgraded like that. Good. This part also can. So, yeah, we need to be careful here. Arrays models, interesting. So this part, we should not have any difficulties with that. Right. Okay. 0.5. We need 169 crystal dust, and we could get it from here. We have all of this speed modeled. This one is also speed modeled. The amounts that are sent in are not very high, so in theory, if you had like beacons with maybe even 12, like something like this. So current production block, current production line, production line, production. Okay, this is the block. Okay, got it. So if I go here, say 12 beacons, and click on this, it's gonna apply it only to this part and not to that part. Yep, nice. Okay, now we know what to click on. And basically we can see that even with just one kind of row of beacons, we only need a little bit more, only like for the red one. Actually, I am a tiny bit surprised why that is the case, because it wasn't copied. The number of beacons didn't get copied. How come? And here we have it. Here we don't have it. Here we don't have it. That's a little bit strange. That is a little bit strange. Basically, the point doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what, like, the number here, the number of beacons, whatever. The point is that we can get away with just a single ore crusher per type. And now the trickiest part would be to actually produce all of these things, because I mean, we could easily add like 30 beacons here, right? No, it didn't work. Okay, now it got refreshed. 30 beacons is 3.2. What about 60 beacons if I like go all out on that? I mean, okay. Step back. We do not really care about beaconing the spot up. If we give it a little bit of beacons, like on both sides, I don't know, maybe like 20 or something, that should be very straightforward to get. That already will be pretty nice. Right, we could get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we have 6 outputs. We could just use it. Alright, and we need heavy mud water, for which we will also need to use something like this, right? Okay, what if I tell it 12? Here 12, just to kind of keep the same numbers everywhere. What's the ratio? 1.4 to 6.9. So we can make it like 2 to 3, maybe. Don't we want to... I don't want to speed beacon it a lot because it will use power. And since we don't have productivity model here, there is not much value in... Right, that's another thing. Right. If we do not have prod module, why would we beacon it and waste power on beacons? I may need to rethink this part a little bit, because we might not actually need to be doing that. We might not need to be speed beaconing it. Or we could just speed beacon it a little bit. We'll see. We will have to see how to do this thing better. The important part is that the ratio seems to be 1 to 4. That seems to be it. Let's see, with 20, what's going on? 20 we need exactly 1. And with 20 here, we will need... Okay, 1 to 5. The proportions are 1 to 5, surprisingly similar to this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1. Why would it be any different, right? Why would it be any different? Let's actually observe this. Like, in theory, I could just speed beacon all of this, can't I? Sorry, speed module. Like, in theory, we don't need to have any beacons there. Let's try to kind of see what we could get. 6. So we would want to have 6 lines here. We don't have 6 lines right now, unfortunately. But that could be a very, very cheap way of increasing the output. How much power do we want? No, well, it could have been a very nice way, except it wouldn't work, because we don't have enough power here. But we could increase our production if we just speed module it, right? If we just place 2 speed modules, like the regular ones that we have, these ones, speed module 1, it gives us 30% speed. If you place like 2, all machines support at least 2. If you place 2 of them there, that's 60%. There's gonna be 60% more cretinium. I think that is an interesting idea. Let's go there. Oh, right, we're already here. Let's just take a look. Maybe we could even try it. You know what? I'd like to try. I would like to try just to kinda better understand what exactly will be happening here. Okay, we have all this sped up. We can speed this part up. We can also obviously improve the type of the buildings that we are using there. That's not the point. The point is that I just want to see whether there will be like explosions. And I forgot which one I was upgrading. I hope I was upgrading this one, the first one. Right. This is like the one in the corner. Let's go grab some speed modules. Do we have them? I hope we do. Our frames bits per second, they are not looking good. And yeah, stuff is not great. The game for us is pretty slow. game is pretty slow. We gotta make the base more efficient. We have to make it more efficient. Right, so if I go there, I added a bunch of speed models. I could also add them here. That's alright, and here as well. And here. So we have them here, here. Right, this is pretty old stuff. It's okay. It is okay. This one's. What is this? Filtration unit 2. Do we have better filtration units? Filtration unit 3. We have actually better filtration units. Okay. Let's do it here. Here. Something like this. What is the power usage here now? It wants 36 megawatts, and this part wants 17, so it basically doubled it. So the power that we are sending here, 200 megawatts, wouldn't be enough. We really would like to send 500 megawatts. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. So it probably means that it would be a good idea to upgrade power here. Right, let's do this. Let's say more circuits. We kinda did this, right? We want to upgrade power plants. Let's call them sludge power plants. We want to upgrade them, and then we want to speed up sludge or geodes processing. Geodes, I think that's how we call it everywhere. And we'd like to upgrade geodes power plants, right? Let's move this to up. It's pretty important to do. Right, interesting. We have this line about using calcium chloride for the tungsten. Where is that? Is it here? We have 6.6 thousand. That's not a lot. That's good. That is good. So it seems like our tungsten kind of situation is in good shape. We have 20,000 silver there. That is also looking pretty good. Could do something about this ones actually. Can you? Check. And even with this one. Oh, nice. This is nice. If I place it here, will it be destroyed or not? In case it will be destroyed, I'll just place something here as well. This one would be moved a little bit. I don't know, let's see there. It's kind of almost random things that I'm doing now. Right, so let's put it here. This stuff can be reached, but no, I do not believe we can. That's slightly unfortunate. However, what we can do, can place. Let's start with power. So here is our power. Place this thing right there, like this. Okay, good. That is good. Something is happening. We can also delete this part and finish construction of this city block. I mean, this is looking. This looks nice. It's very, very nice. And we have like a tiny problem here. maybe we could just do something like this, and that might be enough. Turn it to the right. Is it gonna shoot? No, doesn't want to shoot, but it will shoot from over there. Nice. So yeah, that's the plan. That's what I'm thinking about in terms of the game. We really need to have much better model production, and we need to get to better tech, and we need to increase the amount of Critinium that we are producing, which I'll do by just inserting speed models into this thing. So basically, right, there are kind of two steps: to upgrade the power, then to make sure that we do like that we never export more than, what's the limit here, more than 500 megawatts, right? We need to make sure that we never export more than 500 megawatts, because this build that we have, it's actually designed for 600, I believe. I think it's probably designed for 600. So we'll do that, and then I will have upgrade planner upgrading all of these entities to the highest tier that we have researched right now. So that's first kind of thing. And second step, we will have model inserter inserting speed models 1 into all of these entities. And I might also need to upgrade the belts. We could upgrade all belts to purple or something. Yeah, purple is fine. And we'll be just applying it one by one to lots of these blocks, and it should be increasing the production of the ores gradually. That's, I think, what we will do. And in parallel, I'll continue thinking about what we should do here, like how exactly we should like connect everything and make it kind of work together. Because the amounts of, okay, let's say we are looking for shitcoil. What kind of shitcoil we've been producing lately? So we see that the highest that we've been getting is copper shitcoil, right? 1.9 per minute on average. We want to have, according to what I see so far, we want to have 160 copper shitcoils per second, which means that per minute it's gonna be 9,600. So we need 5 times more copper shitcoils. We want 5 times more of this. And another interesting one is aluminium. I don't even see us producing it here. We are producing 940 per minute. We want to have basically 2 times more than copper. So we like want like 20,000 per minute or something. We need like 20 times more. And yeah, that's the reason why I'm thinking that we need to have like a proper build, kind of updates per second efficient build down below. Okay, let's take a break here. Yep, let's take a break. We know what is our plan, right? We will scale the ore, like we'll update power, we'll scale the ore, we will build a new thing. We'll have to come up with it, which main purpose is to give us lots and lots of rubies. It also has, like, there is a tiny kind of byproduct here. We're producing lots of crushed stone. And what we could use with this crushed stone, we can actually convert it into the mineral thingy, mineral catalyst. We can convert it to like regular sludge and to mineral catalyst, because we also have excess. Oh, wait, excess. We are short on sulfur. How is that possible? How is it possible that we are short on sulfur? Shift, oh, right. That's Oh, right, I see. I understand why. Because I did not add this process here. Right, we can actually consume how much? 70, I think. Oh, 60. Right, 50. I'm a bit confused by this number. Kind of looks random a little bit. Okay, maybe not like 45, maybe let's say 46 or 47 even. Let's leave it at 46. I don't understand where the number is coming from, but we have a little bit excess of sulfuric wastewater and a tiny excess of sulfur. So yeah, this thing turns out to be sulfur neutral. Why is that? Because we have that is strange. I thought it's significantly more sulfur positive. Maybe it's because I'm avoiding this hydrogen sulfate gas. Very interesting. Very interesting. But anyway, it is sulfur positive, and that's the important part, right? We can build charcoal, we can build crystal dust, we can basically give all of these things to the block. I mean, charcoal will be produced on site. This thing will be produced also. Like, it's completely isolated thing, and it will be giving us lots of rubies. Right, now that I actually think about this, we probably need just one block of this. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Or would we need 2 blocks? I mean, if we are not beaconing these things up, we might actually need 2 blocks. And I'll need to calculate the model needs for the rubies, because this could actually be our kind of like end-game build. It would really depend on the requirements from here. Like if you look at it right now, for like 0.1 prod modules 3 per second, we'll need 0.2 polished rubies. So it's basically like 2 times, right? The multiplier is like 2. So if you go for 1 per second, it's only 2 rubies per second. So it's gonna be almost nothing. Right. Right. Interesting. That is very interesting. We might get away with just maybe this section, like a couple of blocks, just producing all 6 of them or something. Like, there are definitely, like, there seem to be ways to proceed here. And these blocks could continue being, I guess, used for, like, geodes production, for, like, sludge stuff. We'll see. We'll figure it out. What's going on with researchers? Do we want to research something else? What's happening with our military science, actually? Weapon testing thingy. Okay, it's not here. It's all in here. We have 400. That is not good. What exactly happened? Alright, so this is where we started the episode. We fixed the thing, and it's been going at 70 per second all this time. So it's actually, you could say, working as intended. Oh no, I moved it. I wanted to copy it. I moved the thing instead of copying it, but it's okay. Now I copied it, and now we should have a station tiny bit better. Actually, speaking of copying stuff. Why don't I delete and copy it like fully? Why am I saving a couple of assembly machines here? Just, there's no point in saving them. Let's just do it like this, and we'll get lots and lots of military science researched, and then we can get artillery and we'll proceed. Okay, that's it. Let's take a break. Where should we park the character? I guess I could park it right here and observe our shortage of platinum. Okay, thanks everyone for watching. This was episode 208. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers!